First of all, congratulations for the work. And my question is, you've been part of the punk scene since the 80s, and during this whole time you delivered great music, but still managed to do great things, and even achieving this award. So based on your life experience, what would you like to say to the kids who are currently adopting a certain kind of lifestyle, just based on the music they like, and they feel they have to do so because otherwise they'd be called either posers or fake?
Yeah, it's very tough to be involved in something. You know, what you just brought up is one of the things that irritate me the most about modern society, and that is reality television. I mean, reality, especially as it's expressed on those shows, is so boring. Why do we want? But anyway, one of the big criticisms on those shows, and I am an expert at them because I have 2 teenagers at home, so yeah, I've been exposed to a lot of them, but what is the worst criticism that you hear over and over again on any reality television? You're being fake. You're not real. You know, that's what they want you to believe, that reality television, you're supposed to be real. Well, we, of course, growing up in the punk scene, have dealt with that for a long time because you had to be a real punk. You know, the worst thing you could be called is a poser. And to be a real punk, you either have to like smash a car window or get, inject heroin or do something that's extreme, or else you'll be called fake. And my advice is, I can only tell you how I avoided it, and it just, it made me see human nature a little more blatantly, and I realized that people are really frail, and in order to get over my own feelings of insufficiency, I had to get angry at people who would criticize my authenticity. So I'm not saying that's the best thing. You know, it probably drove a lot of friends away and may have made me difficult to live with. But what it does do, at least, is it allows you to love yourself, and that's probably the most important thing I would tell people who are struggling with that. Thank you.
Hello, it's a pleasure. I have a question of personal interest, and I'm trying to include something that's relevant to our conversation tonight. But I'm an artist, and as an artist, I like to let the artwork speak for itself. And for the most part, the artwork that accompanies the Bad Religion albums, I can interpret. However, I'm curious on the process of belief. I once met Mr. J. Bentley, and he told me that was a Tesla coil on there, and I had to know because I actually got it tattooed on my arm. So I'm curious. It's on there. I'm curious about the choice of that image and why that image, and also to accompany that, about your interpretation of what the phrase, the process of belief, means to you.
I'm going to just break your heart, and I might have to take you out for a beer after this. You got to understand that the artwork that goes on the album comes from an art department. So, if that's a Tesla coil.
So Jay Bentley tells me I hope it's true.
I know. He probably knew something that I didn't because he talked to the artist, but and he might be right about that. But
I researched it.
But the reason that it was on there is because the process of belief, we used it as a title track. It came from something that I wrote that said, you probably know this already, the process of belief is an elixir when we're weak. I must confess, at times I indulge on the sneak, but generally my outlook's not so bleak. That really struck Brett, those words, and he actually chose that as the title. And then I think what was interesting about it, that's also the album that has sorrow on it, and which expresses a real humanistic outlook on life. And I think at that point we were trying to, it was actually our first attempt to meld science and humanism in a more, in our more mature stages. I think we'd come a long way by that time. It was only 2 albums ago, and we were better able to put that into words. And we weren't afraid to talk about faith, which is something we had hardly mentioned in our entire catalog of, up to that time, 12 albums. So I guess you could look at it as a, I mean, your tattoo probably looks cool, so you've got that going for it. And it also, yeah, and I think what it does is it allows you to say that it was a time when we were addressing science and faith, which is a theme in my life, at least.
Thank you.
Thank you.